Well, hey, welcome back to King's Road, Young Lions. My name is Saucey, and I'll be your DM this evening. Tonight is my favorite night of the week, because tonight's the night I get to play Dungeons & Dragons, but I'm not going to do it alone. I've got my friends here with me. Rosa, Gator, Bronson, Solomon, Zinthral. They are the Young Lions. Say hello, Young Lions.
Hello, Young Lions.
Hello, Young Lions. Hey, hey.
One day we're not going to say nothing. You're going to think you disconnected. But today is not that day.
I wouldn't put it past you guys. I know that you all have some tricks up your sleeve and that you're plotting against the DM, but it wouldn't be D&D unless you were, right? So, where we last left off on the campaign, we are on episode 19 of the King's Road. We had just left the city of Ironvale with our third badge. Both Zinthral and Bronson were successful in obtaining it in an underground skirmish. Shortly afterwards, there was a conversation with a sponsor. The Risky Rabbit has temporarily terminated his sponsorship with the party, so they had to find a new way to get to the next town, and they decide to board the SS Celtigar, manned by Bronson's cousins. What are they? Maris, Orin, and Grady. I might be getting that wrong. The Young Celts and Grady, the Clementine Eater. And 6 randos they found around town. There are theories that those 6 are septuplets. They may just be dressed the same because they're from the same area, but they could be clones. There's a very good chance. I know off camera here we were just talking a lot about Star Wars, so now I've got clones on the brain. So anyway, even if they are clones, they did a hell of a job on this boat, and whereas the previous boat ride was met with lots of danger, this boat ride went fairly smoothly, except one of the crew members came down with a little sickness, but not a problem. Rosa took care of it lickety-split, and the so-called slamdemic did not claim any victims on this boat voyage. Lots to eat. Lots of music to be heard from our musical performers in the group, and I don't remember who navigated that boat, but everything went as planned. So then we pull into town number 4. This is District 4, a town by the name of Timberclash. It's the gym town in the district, and it is known for its violence, its rowdiness, and it does not disappoint. So right now, the SS Celtigar is parked in the harbor, approaching the docks of Timberclash. The first thing they notice is a newspaper. We opened up the newspaper last week, and we saw the headline story about the slamdemic spreading amongst the different territories. We saw that there is a championship match coming up between the Exalted One and Capital D, and then we saw this story about the Blunderbuss Gang being exonerated for the crime of burning down the docks in Lucha Lucha Town. So, Solomon, if I remember correctly, you had requested page 4 of the newspaper found on the docks, and here we are looking at page 4. So, you probably had a little bit of time to read through it, and the gist of what it says here is that there was a fire, that the Blunderbuss Gang was arrested under suspicion of starting that fire, but it turns out they have an alibi and witnesses that can prove that it was not them. In fact, we all know who it actually was. It was the dastardly Hardway Gang who started and has a clubhouse here in Timberclash. So, despite all the investigations going on, Lucha Lucha Town officials have no idea how the fire started, and at this point they will probably never figure it out, or they don't want to figure it out. So, party, here you are at the docks, and you've taken a rowboat, or a dinghy if you will, from the main boat to the docks, and you are met by an individual there who approaches you as you're reading this newspaper. Can everybody see him?
Very much so.
Perfect.
The jokes I want to make.
I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
He read my mind.
So he approaches you. It's similar to the way that an emperor penguin would walk down the boat docks here, shuffling
Yeah,
as if his ankles were chained together some way. He pushes his glasses back up the bridge of his nose, looking at the group of you, and he says, "You can't park there."
I pull out a Magic the Gathering
Says
card.
who?
Yeah, so I know that you guys are parked there, but you can't park there. That's not where you can park. That's the rules.
That by. You're gonna have to be more specific, my friend, because as far as I'm aware, in this town, I can park wherever I want.
Okay, give me a roll, either perception or intimidation, depending on what you're going for.
Definitely intimidation here.
Okay.
I'm trying to do it without the sock. This is raw.
I will
Raw
help him
Solomon.
out. He'll be yelling, and I'm just gonna like walk up behind Solomon and just stretch as high into the air as I can, so he can get advantage on that check.
Okay. Yeah, I should mention that he is of average size, like average height. He looks large, but he's really just round. More than anything, he's probably about 5'8", 5'9".
I wish he was 9 foot tall. I wish. I wish.
Well, with the advantage on my second roll, I rolled one less than what I got before, so my total is 13.
13. So with his one of his hands, he like reaches inside his the collar of his shirt, and he's like with his right hand he's like scratching the back of his left shoulder, and kind of cocking his head to the side as if he doesn't know what to make of the situation. And then he offers a rebuttal, and he says, well, you can park there for like 40 gold. If you can just pay me, and then it's cool.
Yeah, says who prove you're a legitimate business and not just some operator out here trying to make a buck.
Can I do a perception check on that?
Yeah.
Insight.
Yeah, that would be insight, actually. Good call.
Okay, inside. Nice, that's a 4. That does nothing.
A 4?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't get a good read on him here.
Nope.
I got an 11.
Okay, same thing there. Like you are not sure. He's the only person that has approached you on the docks, and
Tell you what, go get your manager, all right? Produce me your manager, Mr. Collection Man, and we'll talk business with the person in charge, all right? Skedaddle.
he says, "Well, yeah. So I am the manager, and I have a badge, and everything."
You got a badge?
Yeah, they
Can
gave
I
me.
see it?
Yeah, I can show you the
Gave
badge.
you.
So he reaches into his pocket, and then he reaches like deep into his pocket, and then he pulls his arm out, and he winces like this is the most exercise he's had all day, and then he comes up with nothing in that pocket. So then he has to reach into his left pocket, deep into the left pocket. He pulls his arm slowly out of there, and he's got a something that's black and folded over, and then he opens it up and looks at it himself, and then looks at you, and then looks at it again, and then shows it to you. And it is a gold badge, which has a gold star at the top, and then a placard at the bottom, which just says Gatekeeper.
Ah,
So yeah, it's an official title. I had to go to a class for that. So are you gonna pay me the 35 gold, or is that a no?
you had to go to a class to learn how to stick out your hand? That's pretty pathetic.
Do we need to use some feminine charm here?
Oh,
Yes.
scare him off.
Give a
Oh, you're
feminine
gonna
touch.
intimidate the shit out of him. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, feel free, Miss Rosa, our chief negotiator, please.
I wouldn't call myself chief negotiator, but anyway.
I'm just hyping you up. I'm hyping you up. Bardic
I-
inspiration.
I was gonna say, you probably couldn't see me because, standing by behind my tall friend here. So I'm sorry, what seems to be the problem? We can't park here? Is that it?
Well, there's like a tax if you want to park where you're parked, and you can just pay me the tax, and I'll make sure that it's cool.
Well, we don't have the tax funds. So, how about what do I got in my inventory that I can trade?
Oops.
Yeah. I know.
Did
I
we row
I wasn't gonna-
ourselves over here, or we get Gus to drive us over? Because we could always have one of the crew just take the dinghy back and come pick us up later.
Can I try to persuade him, to maybe just, look the other way? You got anything that, ails you right now that you're possibly afflicted with? I am a bit of a healer.
You're not gonna want to see it.
Okay, roll persuasion.
It's
It's
probably
definitely
underneath the
Oh
floor.
my god, I got a natural 20. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Thank God.
So he says, well, yeah, I have this growth on my foot that is bothering me, and it makes me, it just murder to just walk anywhere.
It's the reason I can't work out.
If you could help me out with that, that would be pretty cool.
It's a pretty good option,
Yeah.
considering how I was about to have my friend Bronson help you take a swim.
Jeez. We don't want to cause any trouble. We're just, here
Oh.
Do
traveling.
you remember
As
what
soon
I
as we
told
got off
you
the
about
boat, I was
where
like,
we are?
This is
We are in trouble.
Yep.
We are on the ground in Territory 4. We are in trouble at all times, Rosa. Guard up. If you can get us out of here without having to get this man wet, good. But otherwise, guard up.
So let's take a look at that foot of yours, as long as you agree that, if I help out with your foot, maybe we're cool with this parking spot.
I can help his foot.
Bronson. Let the healer
Take your mind off
do
that
her job.
I mean, amputation is a medical thing.
Bronson the healer is talking.
Yeah, Bronson the healer. Yeah, Bronson the healer is talking. That's right.
Heal, Bronson, heal.
Anyway, ignore my friends here. You want to have a seat? Take a look at the foot.
Yeah, so he is. His face is sweating. Right, he pushes his glasses back up to up his nose. He searches for a spot to sit down. There's a stump there, and he
There's gonna be a stump there.
he puts
This is going
his
to be absolutely grotesque, whatever it is.
puts his hands on both of his knees as he's sitting down, and he makes that 40-year-old sound that men make when they sit down. That and
I'm not
kind of
40.
spills down on top of that stump, and then he removes his right shoe first, and then his left shoe.
Why
as-
both?
You forgot
Cemetery.
which foot it was on,
This
Bronson.
dude is about to just be super gross.
His socks have some holes in them. They could they could use a cleaning. They could use replacement, really, if we're being honest. But he peels off that left sock, and it turns inside out as he's pulling it off, even the last little bit sticking to the tip of his big toe. And his foot is as grotesque as you can imagine. It is
More corn than foot.
several different colors. And it does not appear well. That is your perception of the situation. If you'd like to take a closer look, you could probably give a more thorough diagnosis.
Do not touch his feet, Rosa.
Ugh.
Do not.
Maybe we give him a wash first. You guys can go do
Yeah.
whatever. I'll
Get
try
that
to.
thing in
No.
No, we are
I'm
not
going anywhere.
leaving you alone in this town, Rosa. This could honestly be still a plot.
All right, so let's try to wash the feet a little bit. Hey, do we have any spare socks on board?
We have one. But he's not going to like it.
Oh. No, I don't think he would. No, that is not a place for the commissioner.
You don't want to put the possessed demon sock on his grotesque foot?
I mean, it'll probably cure his foot.
It'd be amusing.
In a way.
I think it
Sulfur
would be the
brimstone.
commissioner's way in. I don't think we want a giant fat demon running around.
So, all right, wash the feet, disinfect a little bit.
Well, it's safe to say that within your packs, you certainly have an extra pair of socks, right?
There you
There are
go.
several people on this boat over a long period of time. You definitely have changes of clothes.
Yeah.
See,
In
now
addition
he's,
to-
he's counting socks off us.
In addition, do any of you have
Gold, sir.
prestidigitation, or did we forego that?
Actually,
So you could just clean his sock with prestidigitation, or
Like
you
6
could
casts.
refuse because of how
Good.
terrible it is.
Or I could use minor illusion and make it look like it was.
That's what I was about
No.
to say.
Oh, for the love of God, I will give them. Well, I have tiny feet since I'm a halfling, so
Gonna give him the toe caps.
It's the same amount of effort whether I do minor illusion or prestidigitation, so I'll just do the one that actually helps a person.
please.
Okay.
There, I wiggle my fingers and it is so.
Okay, so the sock is cleaned. We'll say that both of them are cleaned. They have not been mended, though. That's a different spell, correct? So it's clean. Clean is better. But the foot itself
Yes.
cannot be cleaned by such method. Will require either a magical method or a medical method.
Okay.
Or a great sword.
Do I just make a medicine check then, or?
Yeah, if you would like to diagnose it and treat it through medicine, then you can, by all means, you can do that.
I just gotta let you guys know, I can just do that with 1 key point.
13.
Yeah, but you gotta touch him.
I can
13.
touch him.
Since I'm close enough to cast prestidigitation, I'm probably close enough to lend to the medicine check my skill.
Sure. So
Okay.
roll with advantage.
All right, let's pull another die here. So,
Gator's addition to this is like,
13 still.
So still a
Another
13.
13?
I rolled an 8 and a 6, so
Oh.
the 8 takes
So
precedent.
unfortunately, a 13 is not enough to cure him of his ailment. However, the prestidigitation does make the smell go away. So silver lining to that situation.
just magically heal him, get rid of whatever it is, remove disease.
Bronson, did you see how much pus just came out of that?
Out of the
I can
sock.
literally just touch his shoulder and he'll be fine. I can just do it, guys.
Then do it! Yes!
I don't know why we're taking so
Let's-
long.
I know. I'm trying to move this along.
Zinthral! Heal the man so we
I'm using
can
my
get this grotesqueness out of our lives.
with the power of God. I touch his shoulder and I use physician's touch and I get rid of whatever ailment he has. 1 key point.
You still popped a zit and got it all over your hand.
Ah.
On his shoulder. It's
Yep.
on his shirt. It's growing on his shirt.
Through the shirt.
Oh, I mean, look at this guy. He's totally, like, wet.
Yeah. He is moist. That is
All right, so then I wipe
That
it
shirt
on your
is
good.
perpetually damp, my friend.
When he left the house, it was a light gray shirt.
Oh boy.
I'm still doing it. I want to get through with it.
Yes.
Is there
I
anything
would appreciate the assistance.
anything
I'm
you'd
gonna
like to
just be
say?
on this dock forever.
Anything you want to say?
Yeah.
away from
I practice good hygiene. That's it. Eat good. Eat. I don't know. Eat a. I don't
Broccoli.
know. Yeah, probably broccoli. I was gonna say
Eat a
broccoli.
broccoli.
That's good for you.
Axe
You
body
live
spray is
right
kind of
next to
shower.
the ocean. Start swimming. It works every muscle group.
Eat plenty of fish. Fish oil is good for you. Yeah, and I heal him.
Okay. So with that, and this is not technically magic, right? It's through the power of
It is not
ki.
magic. It is the power
Correct.
of ki. Yep.
Um,
Yeah, I'm
okay.
using his own energy to heal him.
So by whichever ritual or mannerisms that you use to perform these monkish acts, you do heal the foot, and he recognizes that right away. Bit of surprise on his face. He's scratching his beard. A little surprise. Very surprised and impressed at the same time. And then he turns to you. He turns to each one of you individually, and he says, "Cool. Yeah. So I guess it's all right if you guys should just stay where you are. I'll totally make sure that nobody sets your boat on fire or anything like that. Like, I got you."
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely. I mean, it would have been foolish of us to even consider leaving our own boat in this town anyway. That's why Gus over there is going to row the boat back to our ship. Thanks.
So what are you here for anyway?
Smell grass, eat ass, you know.
The
You
Nunya
live
tournament.
here?
Yeah, of course I live here.
Then you know what happens here.
Well, yeah, there's lots of reasons that people come here.
No, there's not.
Well, okay. I
Man, what do you,
I thought that there
what-
was.
What do you? How do you feel about the hard way?
Oh, they're okay.
Push
Sure.
into the drink.
Oh,
Bronson.
I was going to ask one follow-up question on that.
You can ask it to him in the water.
Hey, Swimmy, this is a great chance to start getting yourself into better shape. Now, this may help influence me to potentially get you some help out of this water. Do you know where the hard way is held up in town these days?
So you guys have pushed him into the water?
Yeah.
Oh
push
my
it.
Bronson
god.
pushed him into the water. I'm just asking him a question.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Bronson.
He is
Lipids float.
100% drowning right now.
I was
This,
like,
Okay.
did you guys verify
Alright,
that he
if
could
he's-
swim?
If
Jesus
he's
Christ.
drowning, then I'll
Out of the
get him
harbor.
out
That
of the
floats. It's impossible for this
I was
big
gonna
boy to
argue
drown.
his body mass. He's floating.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
the
he
love
could be
of
floating
God.
face down, so I'll pull him out.
Roll him over.
I know at least two of us are big guys and can confirm.
okay, give me an athletics check to pull him out of the water.
God.
Right.
Like, bro, I'm trying to leave. I don't want to be on this dock
I was like,
anymore.
we were almost out of the situation, and Bron's just like, shove him in the water.
22.
22.
That's
Okay.
'cause he's like Master Shake sometimes.
So you pull him out of the water.
And he
He-
already smells better.
He gets to
Yeah.
his hands and knees, vomits on the deck.
What? He was in there for less than 6 seconds.
You know what a dock smells like.
His arms are cut up from the barnacles on
Oh, come on. Come on.
on the dock poles itself, and he pushes
You act
his.
like I threw him through the dock. I just pushed him into the water.
He pushes his glasses back
I
up his
sliced
nose.
up on the on the coral reef that was underneath the dock that you didn't see. He's got sea urchins poking out of his back.
They took my Microsoft Dinosaur CD and they cut me up.
Oh, Jesus. All right, continue. This is the worst.
So, with water dripping from his beard, he just turns and starts to like hobble away, back up the dock.
Whatever. We can get our information from anybody.
Am I gonna have to do another medicine check on him, guys? You jerks.
No,
Nice
let
one.
him go away.
Can't save everybody.
You're the one who put him in that situation.
And I saved him.
You
Next
didn't.
time-
You barely saved him.
But did you die?
Oh
Yeah,
my
come
God.
on. Let's rate this by Bronson terms. Did that go very poorly?
No, but you're literally bullying someone for no reason. Let's just go.
I should have gotten on the airship.
Yeah, that's probably true. I was expecting you to have a new character tonight. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I thought was going to happen last week also.
I was like, we have ruined Rosa.
We?
Yeah, the royal we, the young lion.
Yes, we.
Nah,
Your
you're
heart,
good.
man.
You're good.
Heart.
All right. Grapple Mania.
Welcome to Timber Clash. It is just as violent and debaucherous as it was sold. Solomon, it's just like you remember it. It's terrible. It's unsafe. It's loud. It's wild. This town is your oyster, and you know you can. What's the term? It's
Shuck it.
the world's your oyster. Shuck it. That doesn't sound right. Okay.
Shuck them all.
Let's just roll with it. So the town is wide open here. The party can do whatever you want. So you tell
I was
me,
just trying to get us to blend in.
how do you want this to go?
I guess let's try and avoid. Let's just get in and get out. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, I mean, this is similar to like walking around a mosh pit, right? If you stay on the edge of it, you know it's fine. But if you walk through the open areas, you're likely to get blindsided.
Yeah, does this like are people brandishing weapons, like, or is it at least like Marquise of Queensberry rules, like where it's mostly just fists and stuff like that?
It's mostly just fists.
Okay, all right. Great sword's not out then. Not gonna walk around like brandishing a great sword.
Well, yeah, but on that note, Bronson, getting in and getting out of this place is not gonna be easy. Unfortunately, Territory 4 badge is a political game, and we're gonna have to play it, and that takes time, unfortunately, to really, like, establish ourselves. So, inevitably, scraps are gonna happen. Rosa, I'm sorry to say, but this literally for all of our own good. We're gonna have to crack heads while we're here for our own safety.
I mean, that kind of makes sense, looking at all the people fighting each other like mosh pit style. Yeah, no, I get that.
That's why I
So-
just assumed that guy was taking us for a ride back there, but you
And I was
did
trying to
the
save
right
us
thing,
40 gold pieces.
Yeah.
and you did. And
Then Bronson pushed him in the water.
You
like I
healed
said-
his foot. He ended up with a
Actually,
net
Zen healed his
positive
foot.
experience. His
I
foot
did a
doesn't
bath.
bother him anymore. He took a fucking bath, and he's better off for it.
absolutely. And the best part is, despite that he says he'll watch out for it, our boat's not even parked here, because that would be foolish.
Yup.
Oh my god.
I was just trying to put on a face when he walked up and started talking to us, but I was never going to negotiate for parking. We're not parking here. All right, so
I didn't like
Grapple
waste
Mania,
I'm like, let's go.
let's go. And remember our defensive formation that we discussed on the
Yo.
way over here.
Gator follows Bronson. Never far from my bodyguard if I can help it.
Okay,
Pushes to the middle.
so what are we looking for here? Who's leading the party? What are you looking out for? Just tell me a little bit about how we want this to go.
So I think we just want to head straight to wherever they're holding Grapple Mania and start talking to the bookers.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to get in, start getting our names down and in there, and I should know probably where that is and where most of the like contestants hold up nearby, so that we can check into some place.
Yeah, why don't you do a history check to see how much you remember of this town?
History. Huh. 7.
7. So
You were drunk last time.
you can't quite remember which way it was you got there. If you saw the building, you would know that's it. But you just can't remember. Is it to the
Bronson,
left,
give
to
me
the right?
boosties.
Uppies. Yeah, I give him uppies.
Okay. So Solomon is up on your shoulders now,
Yeah.
7 feet
and
off the
I'll
ground.
peer over the crowd.
Okay. Anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm looking for Grapple Mania.
Oh, well, okay.
Any
So
signs pointing towards it, or like
yeah, give me
flyers
A
or
large,
anything?
distinguished building where.
give me a perception check with advantage.
All right. God damn, this was garbage. Oh wow. So I rolled a 4, and that made me sad. And then I rolled a 1. So with the 4, I do have a total of 10.
Since
Okay.
I'm at the same eye level, basically, can I roll perception?
Well, no, he rolled with advantage for the both of you.
I can't use my eyeballs.
Go ahead.
All right.
Give me a roll.
And that one was your.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay, fair enough. So while Solomon's
Sorry,
looking for the building, which is nowhere in sight, you find a sign that points in one direction, and you make the assumption that that's probably where Grapple Mania is. Although the sign doesn't say Grapple Mania, it says something else instead. It says D&DCW Arena.
Yeah, there we go. Arena's this way. Probably a good first place to check, at least.
All right. Onward, noble steed.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're navigating this crowd, is there anything that anybody wants to do while intermingling with these rough people and passing all these nearby businesses?
I'm gonna stay with the group.
Okay.
I mean, I'd be looking around at what businesses or, what things have to offer, just sort of surveying the full way as we go.
Okay.
Also, probably keeping my head on a swivel just in case, that way we don't get sucker punched.
Okay.
I would love to ask if there's a tattoo parlor around, but that would probably take hours.
There probably are many.
Okay.
Oh, no, I mean actually getting the tattoo.
Oh, I know.
So let me give you a report of some of the businesses that you've seen while walking through the town. The first thing that you notice that is most alarming are sprinkled among the crowd are people in hardway jackets, and they are just intermixed with others. They don't seem to pay you any attention, but you take note of, yep, they have a presence here, right? Some of the stores you see, there is a general store, there is a brothel, there is a tattoo parlor, and you're pretty sure you've also found the Hardway Clubhouse, which is not on the main road, but is set just behind the main row of businesses here.
2nd Street.
More or
I'll make a
less.
mental note of that, yeah.
Yes.
Be a shame if it burned down on the way home.
That would be a real shame. Yeah, I can see it now. You set it on fire. You go to the boat. You get to the boat. The boat's on fire.
So is the plan to... Yeah. I think probably if we have to stay here for any amount of time, the Risky Rabbit is still our probably best bet, knowing how Mistress Wolf runs things. You know, she's not going to let things get too out of hand in there, even in Timber Clash. So even if we have to pay, I think that's probably the best option at this point. So again, I want to get in and get out as fast as possible, but if for some reason we have to be here for an extended period of time, let's go ahead and sooner rather than later get accommodations there.
That's a pretty fair argument. I'm
Is
gonna
it?
have to agree. Additionally, I'll just throw in, I don't know if that means, since this is a rough town, that the manager of the Risky Rabbit, because they've been hit or miss, is potentially either the most or least competent of them all, and that's saying something.
Well,
But he
I
said
mean,
brothel. Is it actually the Risky Rabbit, or is it the competitor?
Yeah, so on that
they have a
note,
Risky Rabbit everywhere, right?
the brothel itself is a Risky Rabbit, but does not match the rough exterior of other Risky Rabbits. It appears more refined and a little bit more protected. It is. It still carries the name Risky Rabbit, but it appears to be a completely different experience from what you've seen in other towns.
Maybe it's the original.
On
Not
the
so Risky Rabbit.
contrasting that, there is another tavern and inn called the Shield, which is in town, which appears to also have vacancies should you choose to stay there. So there are at least those two options, as well as the boat option.
Yeah, I guess we could sleep on the boat every night.
Okay, so if we're
It's an
just
option.
you just want to continue directly to the arena.
Yeah, I mean, unless anything is catching our eye or anything like that, I don't have any business in town.
You know, a nice little side quest if there's any of that, you know.
Anybody with an exclamation point over their head?
Exactly.
Speech bubble.
There-
I see
well-
somebody with an exclamation over their head, it's gonna make me freak out and cast Dissonant Whispers on them.
There are lots of eye-catching things in this town. A lot of colorful characters, people who appear dangerous, appear to be con men, criminals, corrupt police officers, or city guards, I should say. It's a mix of everything. There's a lot of people here. So while you're all walking towards the arena, I'd like to get a survival check from everybody, except for Solomon, who's riding up top.
I'm not good at that.
Natural
14.
20.
You all have to survive walking on the ground.
And Rosa, I want you to roll with disadvantage.
I was going to say, I've got halfling nimbleness. Does that give me anything? Allows
That-
me to move through any space of a creature that is a size larger than yours.
You know what?
Oh, wow, so you're just weaving through the crowd.
On that note, yes, we'll say that with the halfling nimbleness, you automatically weave through the crowd unimpeded. So that's a good point.
Okay. Do I still need to make the survival check or anything like that with disadvantage or whatever?
No, we're gonna with that ability. How does that ability read?
It says you can move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than yours.
Yeah, so you're just gonna move as normal.
Okay, sweet.
And I heard a lot of 20s in the background. Is that right?
I got a nat 20, so that's a 22.
Perfect.
14.
14. Okay, that's close enough.
Gator got a 12.
12. And you're
That didn't sound good.
you're following
I'm
Bronson.
holding onto the back of Bronson's armor. I'm as always.
Yeah, no, we'll give that
Hold
to
on
you
to
as
my
well.
pocket.
Yeah, so if you're gonna hold his pocket the whole way through, we'll say that you're able to navigate through the crowd just fine. Although it does get really sketchy at some point, Gator. You may have peed a little bit, just a drop, but
I did just to be safe.
But you're unharmed, and your illusion is still intact without anybody being disturbed. And finally, we arrive at the arena, also known, more formally known as the DNDCW arena. Here we go. And the first thing you notice inside the arena is that there is a young man in the ring hitting the ropes back and forth. And there are 3 people at a table next to the ring who are observing this young man going back and forth on the ropes. The 3 people that you're observing, there is one man who's got a magnificent mustache. And this is not the Ambrose type of mustache. This is a refined mustache, a mustache of culture.
Freshly waxed.
That's right. That's right. This is a man who holds himself with dignity and respect. Next to him is an older man.
So somebody's trying out for them, basically.
Yes. The third is a woman with white hair and a white coat with snowflake type motifs to it. So she appears to be in a wrestler's ring gear type outfit, whereas the other 2 are older. They are dressed more formally in button-up shirts. The first man, the culture man with the mustache. The second, the older man with the sour look on his face and clean-shaven, wrinkles, slicked back, white hair. And the person in the ring is just hitting the ropes. And then they bark some type of command at them, and then they start climbing the turnbuckles and then hopping off and then dropping down to do a burpee, back up on the rope, drop down on the next corner, back up again to do a burpee. So making this person do all sorts of calisthenics inside the ring.
Waiting for him to blow up.
More or less.
Or collapse.
So here you are inside the arena. There appears to be some other people waiting next to the ring. What would you like to do?
Looks like we might need to go get you boys in line. Gator, why don't you handle the introductions? You have a particular flair for this kind of dramatization, I think.
A flare, you say? Woo! Let's do it.
Okay, so what would you like to do, Gator? How do you want to do this?
All right. So if I understand correctly, we're just so I'm not going off on a tangent. This is like I recognize this is the gym where our friends will be competing, or is this like an exhibition thing for reputation?
Is this a performance center?
It's a full-on arena. You can count the number of seats in here. It's thousands of seats in this arena. You're going to assume that they don't have more than one of these in the town. So while it appears that this is not a performance, this is more of a tryout. This most likely is the place where the performances also happen. Solomon, you can confirm that to be the truth as well, because you've been here before. However, the ring is not completely dressed down yet with the full aprons and skirts and all the accoutrements that you would normally see with the Grapplemania product. This is an off day.
Right, this is like office hours. So I guess it looks like there's a couple of, I don't know if you want to call them like elders or like trainers or just people of authority who look like they would be the ones to talk to.
That's right. Give me a perception check.
All right, and they're not behind like any kind of table or anything, right? They're
No,
just
no. So
standing around.
off to the left is where those tables are with the judges. You can kind of see some setup
Right.
there. Off to the right is where there are people waiting, either for their turn, or that they are coaches who are observing, or they're people who work the arena. So there's a gathering of people on the right, but just the three alone on the left.
Well, I got a 6 on my perception check, so I'm thinking I can't tell the difference.
Gonna help.
Sure.
What are you gonna do? Like poke my eyes until they focus?
Yeah.
Well,
Grab the back of your head.
I mean, he can
Let's make him
elbow.
scared.
He can give you an elbow and point
That's true.
if he notices.
He'll heal your eyes.
Elbow me, Monk Daddy.
Yep, it's that guy. You're just completely missing him. He's like right there. He's like not far away.
So what's the roll?
I got a 6.
Right, and Zinthral?
Oh, I roll cool. That's a 17.
17. Okay. So you noticed one individual who stands out from the rest. This gentleman right here.
Uh-oh.
And he is looking more intently than anybody else. Where other people are talking amongst themselves, he is intently focused on the ring. And he's also got a notepad where he's writing some things down. You've determined that probably somebody of importance.
Yeah, well, obviously if he's wearing 2 jackets.
Yeah, obviously.
Bronson, lean down here. Bronson, come here.
Yeah. What's up?
All right, I whisper in his ear. I'm like, I understand, like, with the paper we read earlier that, like, the young lion's name might be okay, but do we want to be throwing that around in a hard way controlled arena? Do we want to announce ourselves as the young lions?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Personally, I'll fight them all.
I know you will. I know that will happen, and
No,
I don't doubt that. But
I'm representing the young lions until we're out of this thing. If we're gonna be here, we're not gonna be here as some pretenders or anything. I'm here to build my legacy.
We're here to be in this room and be the young lions right now. Anything that goes down with the hard way is going down outside this building right here. And outside this building right here, while we're here, not all of us necessarily have to be young lions.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
I fix my black lion cloak as he says that. All right. Well, here's what I'm thinking. If it really hits the fan, I'll know because Bronson will start swinging a weapon, and then I'll start slinging some spells. But until then, I guess we'll play it cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, we know hard way is gonna be a problem. Why are we letting that impact our our day to day? Like, for me, it's just factored into the equation. You know, like, it's just gonna be what it is with the hard way.
Is this one of those Hobbit principles where the nearer we are to danger, the farther we are from harm?
Yes.
Let's do it. But one more thing.
Except you can still get hurt.
One more thing, and I look around. Where's the bathroom?
I point out the men's room.
All right, Gator, real quick, runs to the bathroom, finds like a facility that's not being used, closes the door, and very quietly casts mage armor on himself because he forgot to do that to begin with.
Okay.
And then flush. Oh boy, do not go in there. And I come back to the party and I'm like, we ready?
You gotta go. You gotta go.
That's what I'm saying. And,
I hope you wash your hands.
and I straighten my disguise, but it just looks like I'm straightening my outfit. And I walk up to the big mug I'm looking at right here. And does he seem like he's currently engaged with somebody, or does he take notice of me?
Well, he does notice you for a second, makes eye contact, and then goes back to the ring to focus on what's happening in the ring. So he is aware of you.
Does there anyone? Does it look like there's anyone taking like sign-ups?
Sure, there's another guy next to him who is a little bit less interested in what's going
There we
on.
go.
He's
That's
holding
right,
a
yeah,
clipboard.
since this guy's blowing me off.
Here he is. So this guy is looks available.
Main Shikshan.
Well, I mean, he looks like he's got his sign-up sheet, so I pull out my clipboard and I walk over to him, more or less. I nod to the other, the one who gave me the quick eye, just out of politeness, I suppose. The military training kicking in, the person in charge should be acknowledged. But I pull out my clipboard and I kind of slap it with the back of my hand and I'm say, my name's Golden Gary Gator. Gator, sorry, let me start over. Gator, Gary Golden, and I'm here on behalf of the Young Lions to sign up.
So he instantly just grabs another clipboard with parchment on it. He goes, fill out this form and have a seat and wait to be called.
I smile and nod and take the form and grab out my pen and look for a seat nearby. And what all's on this piece of paper here? What am I looking at?
Well, so it's a standard bio for a participant through Grapplemania. There is, all the typical information: ring name, real name, height, weight, fighting style, finishing move, special entrance, props, basically anything that could be used to hype up a wrestler in a pro wrestling match is listed on this questionnaire, as well as medical history questions and any backstory information that would pertain to your gimmick, hometown, relationship to prior wrestlers, things of that nature. Anything that could be used to sell you to a crowd. The clipboard is only enough for one person.
So, thinking of this, I know more about Bronson than I do about Zinth. So,
Bronson,
if I sign up Bronson.
What's your social security number?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I make up a lot of creative. See, this is where Gator can have a lot of fun, because he can start with the facts and then he can go back and edit in some fantasy. So he's like, let's see, Bronson, age, I don't know, sex occasionally, salary $3 million times 10% for Gator.
Occasionally.
Nickname, the Devourer.
Oh.
Finishing move, he just chops your head off with a sword.
Wait, what's the name of that move?
It's called. that's the last thing you hear.
It's an onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
So Bronson's finisher is most definitely the Burning Hammer.
Burning Hammer.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Is that what he calls it as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking sick name.
Okay, fair enough. And what about Zinthral? Zen, you're going to compete as well, right?
Of course.
Okay, so you see Gator take the clipboard and consult with Bronson over the questionnaire.
Hey, you're supposed to get 2.
No problem.
Give him a bit.
I've just about finished up with this one.
Yeah.
Let me see here, and there's the first one, my man. And I'm gonna need another for that boy over there. And I point at Zenth vaguely.
All right, here you go.
All right, and I don't even consult with Zenth. I just make up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, good enough.
And
Okay,
what?
he's a halfling, so he's a quarterling. But he also has some Goliath blood, so that's why he's normal size. His finisher is he just like eats a sandwich.
And it just
He eats a sandwich and says, "Boy, am I full," and then he's finished. And his hometown is a bottle of mash.
We know he's from Lucha Town.
He doesn't know that part.
But I make everything up. Age 99.
Close enough.
And Zinthral, you're fine with this? You're like, yeah, go ahead, fill it out for me. I
Yeah, I
can't
don't
be
care.
bothered.
I would ask Solomon, but it seems like Gator's got it.
Okay, so what are you doing while Gator is accurately and intensely filling out paperwork? What is Zinthral doing?
I'm trying to chat this dude up. I'm trying to know where this man got his jacket, because damn, it actually looks pretty good for AI.
Okay, well, give me persuasion.
It's like almost like a Cody Rhodes jacket.
Ooh, you said persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 30-20.
Oh, okay. So you try to strike up conversation with him, and he's receptive to it. So you're like, nice jacket, my man. He goes, oh, you like this? Oh, this is the best jacket money can buy right here. This nothing is too fine for a McDragon. You know what I'm saying, my man?
I get you. Or like, where can I get one that's black and has gold accents? I mean, I'm liking the design.
No. You can't get one. The guy who made this, he died. Just accidentally, horribly. He's gone. So this is one of a kind, and it's amazing, don't you think?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay.
Now where can I get one?
Where
I know you said that he died. I know you said that he died, but listen, please don't bullshit me. I want a jacket like that.
When I die, bury me in this jacket, okay?
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
As I'm filling out the part about Zin's IQ, I had a number there, but then I put a decimal in front of the number.
Right.
Yeah, good enough.
So he does ask you, he goes, what's the name? What name do you go by?
Well,
Say it, boy.
I'm gonna make a joke. Fuck it, I'll say it. Depends on what time of day it is.
Okay, fair enough.
From parts unknown. Depends on what time of day it is.
Green bastard. Parts unknown. Get your shirts off, boys.
It almost sounds like a Samoan name.
I like it. I actually kind of like it.
Depends on what time of day it is.
He says, okay, I can see you're being a little bit bashful here. The name's Shad. Of course, you probably already knew that.
No.
And all of this belongs to me. This is my arena. Well, it will be. It will be one day.
The
So
contract says McDragon, but it doesn't say Vince McDragon.
when we write you a check, what name do we put on there? How about that?
Oh, just Zinthral. I don't have a last name.
Gary Golden.
Zinthral.
Cash.
Well,
My name is Cash.
he extends a hand for a handshake. He says, well, Zinthral, pleasure to meet you. Looking forward to seeing what you can offer.
Now, I got a question. Just a quick one.
Who doesn't?
You ever fight up there?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, of course. Everybody fights. Rule number 1, everybody fights.
This dude has taken the craziest bumps in this entire arena. I guarantee it.
No.
I want to see this guy go sword coast to sword coast.
Now, I now have a little tinier question. Do you have a signature move?
Yeah. Elbow drop into the trash can.
Yeah.
Drop it to a trash can.
Yeah, that's a signature move. not
I call
mine.
it Oscar the Grouch.
May I?
Getting thrown 4 times through the King of the Ring glass.
Yeah. He can go through plate glass windows.
Now, may I ask for this move and maybe taught it. Is that something I can ask of you?
Oh no, you can't teach it. You're born with talent like this. And then he points at the ring. He goes, "You see that rope right there?" He points to the right rope, and he goes, "Now you see that rope over there?" He points to the left rope. He goes, "My move is I jump up on top of that right rope, and I jump all the way over to that left rope and kick the dude right in the face."
Coast to coast.
That's it.
It's pretty impressive.
Oh, I'm assuming you've never seen it in person. It's magnificent.
I've just done plenty like that. I'm just a little, I'm a little sad.
Oh, well, la-di-da. I can't wait to see what Mr. Zinthral from bumfuck you Pakistan.
It's actually no. That's what Gator put on the chart.
Bumfuck.
Let me ask. Hold on.
In Thailand, there's a bumcom.
Yeah,
I'm
that's the one. That's the one. He may have misspelled it. It is his mistake. You know, it happens a lot.
Well, we're gonna find out just how good you are, aren't we?
Oh well, clearly. I mean, seems like you guys need some actual entertainment compared to these guys.
And if you're lucky enough, one day I will jump up on that rope right over there and jump all the way over to that rope right over there and kick you in the face. And then you'll know that you have made it.
Ooh, since that sounds like it's a challenge, can Gator like nudge very hard with my shoulder so it looks like Zinth is lunging at the guy, but I want to grab his arms and go, no, not here, in the ring.
Sure.
Can I do it? Can I not? No, I'm about to do.
This entire time, I'm reviewing my worksheet.
I'm about to do an acrobatics check. I'm not letting that happen.
This is obviously growing to be a hassle situation. Can I subtly walk around this guy and just see if there's anything written on the back of his jacket?
Yeah, so this is a good time to jump over to Solomon and Rosa while all this is happening, because this conversation and the paperwork is taking place over a course of like 5 minutes. So, Solomon, what are you doing while this is going on? You see all of this, of course.
Yeah, I'd love a sneak peek of the back of this guy's jacket just to see if he's clean or if he's hardware.
Okay, sure. So the back of his jacket is hand-worked leather with some gold leafing and some gold veining through the leather. Just a beautiful jacket. Obviously, this is a person who comes from the money, and
got dollar signs engraved in
it. A person of wealth. So, as you've overheard some of the things he said, you can assume that he is of the ownership group at a minimum. Is at least projecting himself as being the owner of the establishment. No insignias that would indicate that he is of Hardway. Does not brand the colors or brandish the colors of the original Hardway or the Wolfpack Hardway. Appears unaffiliated.
And, you know, I just want to hang back with Rosa and be like, and this is why I put Gator in charge while we're here at Grapplemania, because everybody here wants to see a show. And without a doubt, let those boys off the leash. A show is what we're going to get.
Oh, absolutely.
So, are we familiar with what this contest is? Like, I can't remember if we knew that in character or out of character.
Solomon, let's have a history check.
A history check. Yeah, I'll roll a history check. Or I can just scroll back a little bit where I have this whole thing written down from the DM about what I know about this place.
Nice.
So yeah, it could be a 10, or Known as the most dangerous territory due to crime, violence, and other natural dangers, Territory 4 thrives on combat. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you. I am scanning for pertinent information, but if you have anything new for me with a 10...
So,
Well, go ahead.
specifically, I'm looking to ask, does Bronson know that this is a professional wrestling event? Has he,
Yeah.
like,
Solomon knows that.
tour?
I told everybody that on
Right.
our way
Right.
here.
So the
like,
gist
without a doubt.
of what Solomon can remember is that Grapplemania is the name of the pro wrestling circuit that operates out of Territory 4. It is known kingdom-wide as the best pro wrestling circuit.
Gotcha.
He
so
also-
if Bronson grew up as a wrestling fan, he would be aware of the situation.
He would be
and maybe even familiar with this company.
He would be aware of the existence of the company, may have even seen a house show
Nice.
when they've gone on tour.
I would like to operate under that assumption.
Sure. That's safe to say.
A house show attended by House Celtigar? How meta.
It was a house. Yeah, it was only for nobles. It was a house show.
With a 10 on the history check, Solomon, what you remember about Grapplemania is that it operates a couple times a week and that all the results are predetermined, right? So, as you said before, this is a political game. You have to be booked to win the matches, and instead of championships, they award badges. At every show, there is a badge match. So that means that there is 104 badges given out over the course of a 52-week season. Now, as a matter of fact, it would be less than that because there needs to be time to have the actual Kings Road Championship at the Capitol. So it's just under 100 actual badges that get handed out. With those events happening twice a week, it takes a while for talent to work their way up the card into that match. And most of the time, after receiving their badge, the wrestlers leave town immediately, unless they have to wait for the rest of their party to achieve the same success. In regards to the ownership,
The tag team division.
the ownership and the actual talent of the current promotion is beyond your memory. There are some faces that look familiar, but you can't recall their names or exactly what their role is in the company.
Yeah.
Had you rolled a little bit higher, there's more information that I would have shared with you.
No worries at all. I feel like Territory 4 is definitely anytime Solomon's tried to coach anybody through the Kings Road, like he avoids Territory 4 entirely and never makes it there, or anytime he's made it there, that killed the run. So
Sure.
I don't know a lot.
And in some cases, if I can add on to that, in some cases, not only do the runs end, but lives end in this town. It's notorious for people disappearing, and not only from the King's
Especially
Road,
if
but
it's good.
Right.
Everybody stay with your battle buddy.
Always stay with your battle buddy. And yeah, this place is all about putting on a good show, doing the legwork that they want you to do, and getting attention. And I feel like Bronson's style is going to be very popular here. So
Blood, 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 blood.
Okay, Rosa, and how do you feel about this whole situation? You've been very quiet and have been through quite a lot in the past couple weeks. How do you feel right now?
Honestly, I'm just taking it all in. This is definitely a very active place. I definitely know that I don't want to stray too far from, as everybody said, battle buddies. I don't know, just I feel like this is sort of not my place, if that makes any sense.
Sure, you
This
definitely feel
yeah.
out of your element.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, now we are done filling out our paperwork. We've got the formalities out of the way. Gator, you've got both clipboards there, ready to return to Shad.
Wait, Gator. I want to eyeball my clipboard. So I'm like reviewing it just to make sure that he got things like mostly correct.
Okay.
And so like I look at Gator. I was like, wait.
I spelled Celtigar with a 7.
I got an awesome nickname. I came up with it.
Okay.
The Big Bad Bastard, Bronson Celtigar.
All right, I'll make the change down.
So triple B.
Very little creative license here.
Okay. And Zinthral, are you going to spell check your form, or it's good the way it is?
Yeah, sure. I'll check it myself.
Okay.
The one glaring thing that you notice is that I gave your finishing move's name is now the Rear Admiral.
I'm gonna pretend I know that for this old man's sake.
It's a naval joke.
It's a joke from the Navy.
Yep.
It's a tribute to Gator's old senior whatever you'd call it. I'm so bad. I shouldn't have picked a military character.
It's the equivalent of a 3-star general in the Navy.
I would have.
Yeah, it's like a really important general.
Okay, thank you for the explanation.
So, Zinthral, for your moniker, your in-ring name, do you have anything that you're going to use, or are you just going to go with your name, Zinthral?
Let's go with the name.
Okay, Zinthral it is. And how about your finishing move? Is there a name for that?
Oh, I don't have a finishing move.
Everybody has a finishing move. It's required.
Not yet.
There's an asterisk next to the finishing move question. You have to have a finishing
exact
move.
same
cannot
thing
skip
at
page,
Lucha
click
Lucha
next.
Town in the very beginning.
So you
clearly somewhere I did not get the memo.
So
phone a
there's
friend.
a very real chance.
I will phone a friend.
There's a very, very real chance that my cousins taught you the super kick.
Yeah,
not a
I
thing,
like.
sure.
And we can call it sweet synth music.
Wow.
You know what? No, wait, hold on. We can definitely call it Careless Whispers.
There
Okay.
you go.
Love it. Love it.
It's where I go up right next to someone's ear, give them sweet nothingness, and then just like sweep their legs down, and then just like stomp them on their head.
Sweep the leg. Okay. That'll do. All right. So, Gator, you go to return the clipboards to Shad. Is that right?
Yes, and I make damn sure I don't accidentally give away my magic clipboard. There it is.
Okay.
I believe everything's in order here, my good man.
He takes them. He goes 1, 2, and he says, "What about the rest of you?"
Well-wishers, admirers, and superfans.
Managers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
We're actually
Athletic trainer.
associates. We're not just a bunch of tag-alongs.
well.
There's our medical staff here. Obviously, you've met our promoter. I am actually our official manager. Carry on.
Well, I should add, and I would be remiss if I did not mention that we have a need for talent outside of actual in-ring performers. So if any of you possess any skills that may be of use to Grapplemania, now would be a great time to apply for those positions. There's a separate form here. You just fill in what is it? What kind of role it may be that you think you can serve, whether it be color commentary, ring management, valet services, medical,
Gator on color.
security.
So just to confirm here, the most prestigious wrestling organization in the kingdom the Grapplemania is asking for volunteers to run your show?
Oh, no, no,
no,
no, no, no, no. This is a paid position.
I was waiting to hear about
We
this.
are
These are tryouts.
all about the money here. If you work, you get paid. Your boy Shad is all about the money.
You know,
Solomon could be my manager.
you all see the wheels turning in Solomon's head, and he goes, I think, perhaps if I did a commentary for the fights, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I'd excel very well
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
And I think my skills would be, suited for such a responsibility. But Gator, that means you're gonna have to handle everything ringside.
You got it, Gator.
And I
do
stroke
it.
my beard. Yes. Yes, that will be my responsibility, won't it?
You can be like the Mr. Fuji for me, like, you know, coming out and throwing the gem down on the ground, and then the monster comes out.
Gator, we are nearly halfway through.
Go ahead.
Gator, we are nearly halfway through this. It's time to understand your responsibilities.
Hype
So-
man.
So no Bill Alfonso wearing multiple shirts and like pulling one off every time I do the
No.
backstab of the wrestler that I was supporting. The double backstab even.
Do the pyro. Distract the ref.
Now, here we need to be a united front. Save your double backstabs for Territory 1. They'll eat that shit up.
All right.
Okay, so
I can
we
do it.
have a color commentary, we have a manager, and what about you, Rosa? Are you going to lend your services as as one of the trainers, part of the training staff?
Yes, I think I'll do that.
Sure.
I can also double as. I don't know if Gator's gonna go with both Bronson and Zinth for like ringside type stuff. I can always cover one if he can't cover both.
Well, that's entirely up to you. One wrestler can have multiple managers, and the same manager can coach multiple wrestlers. In fact, now that we are mentioning that, there appears to be other wrestlers ringside waiting their turn that have no entourage with them. They, lone wolves on the road that would benefit from having a manager. There's no reason that you couldn't pick up extra understudies as well.
And then coach them poorly.
Oh, jeez. I'm like, that's completely out of Rosa's element. I think she'll, as much as that sounds like fun, she'll probably stay with the group and sign up as the athletic trainer.
Okay.
Yeah, realistically, you could probably act as the in-ring or ringside doctor. In
Yeah.
case a stoppage has to happen, that you're, there to help in case of an emergency.
Or-
having an actual medic around is always a useful tool.
If I may make one final suggestion, as a referee.
Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh, there's no issues with like conflict of interest or anything like that.
Everything's predetermined.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Business for yourself.
Hmm.
A rogue 3 count or something like that.
So there are two questions that the party needs to answer. The first is who's going to appear as on-screen talent, for lack of a better word, and who would be off-screen. And the next question is who's going to be a heel, a bad guy, and who's going to be a face or a good guy.
I'm going heel.
I was gonna say, second question's very easy.
Well, if I'm managing each of them individually, I think Zinth should be the face, and then that way I get the flip-flop.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Zinth, you want to play a face character?
Have I not been this entire time?
Well, that
we've
depends
kind of
on
had
your
a
perspective.
face and a heel pre-established.
I mean, like, This maybe one thing was pretty questionable, but I'm saying.
Zinthral has no concept of heels and faces. He's just like, I'm the best. I don't know why anyone would say otherwise. He's just that pure white meat baby face.
So at the mention of course I'm face, I've never done anything questionable. Rosa just staring daggers at you, like, really? Yeah. Don't make me say his name.
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
It's written in my underpants.
I'd rather not remember.
Ixnay on the Knicks, hey?
I will backhand you and that fireball.
Okay.
Depending on your level, you could.
So Solomon's going to work color commentary. I'll be heel. Zenth will be face. Gator's going to manage us. And Rosa's gonna do
rings. I don't know if I could be a referee.
You have more than one hit point. You're not allowed to be a referee.
Do you have available slots on like medical staff to help take care of
yes, of course,
like injuries and stuff?
That would be
She's got to be the head medical person who comes out with the stretcher when somebody falls off the Hell in a Cell.
Sure.
Yeah,
reasonably
the medical team. She may, in fact, give you incredible insights into the field of medicine.
Ringside doc would be a really good thing to know whether or not someone is legit hurt and needs medical attention.
Yeah, that's important in this kind of pre-scripted entertainment.
Okay.
Things go wrong.
Fair enough. So we can turn in those applications to Mr. Shad McDragon. And at this point, you go into the queue. And as the people who arrived before you get to take their turns performing in front of the judges, doing a variety of both in-ring wrestling work. They also do promo work. There is, all sorts of, it's somewhat of a talent show, if we're being honest. And then that brings us up to the group. So let's see. Let's have everybody roll, and the highest roll will be who auditions first.
Oh, cool. So initiative.
What, just a D20?
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. That's a fair way to do it, I guess.
13.
17.
Uh-oh.
1. Of course. Of course, Kuma.
No, it wasn't a proper, because I entered a multiplier and it didn't.
No, it's just given 1. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a proper.
It's gonna be the same thing. Oh.
I got a 22.
Solomon with a 22. 10 for Gator. I heard a 13. Who was the 13?
Bronson.
Bronson is a 13. 17 Zinthral. And Rosa?
Natural 20.
No, a natural 20. Just Is that a straight up 20 or is it a 20 plus?
It is a straight up 20.
Okay. Well, okay, so the 22 goes first. So Solomon, you'll be up first. And as a color commentator, you'll be expected to perform in some way, some type of either comedy skit or play-by-play or something.
Yeah, I am absolutely all here for the play-by-play commentary. Look at him go as this guy's bouncing back and forth on things. He comes in with the special loop sail attack, bringing him down. This guy really knows how to get that crowd going over here. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's roll performance and let's see if they like it.
Come on, die.
And before you tell me the result, Solomon has some type of bardic college ability for, what is it, enthralling performance or something like that?
Yeah. I could make them love me. So, as long as I'm performing for a minute, let me go over to the features traits here. 3 creatures. You said there are 3 judges,
That's right. So they care, even if nobody else does.
And listen to you perform for 1 minute. Each target makes a wisdom save, DC 14, and if failed, is charmed for an hour, or until it takes any damage. And yeah, basically, it just speaks very highly of me and glowingly of me and would defend me if so inclined to do so. So I'll throw that in there because my total performance was a 12 because I rolled really bad.
Okay, so I'll roll on the screen for the 3 judges. It's DC 14. Each one's going to have a +1 modifier. All right, so that's 1 fail. So you at least one of them is charmed. That is 2 of them that are charmed.
All right, let's go.
Come on, Russian.
All
Joe.
3 are absolutely in love with you. They're like, wow. They are just, their socks are blown off at this point. And at this point, you can take a bow. You can do some type of elaborate exit from the ring. And if you so choose,
shoot off minor illusion. I'd give myself some pyrotechnics.
Beautiful. It's some colorful pyrotechnics from the color commentary. Wonderful. Now, coming up next is going to be Rosa. Solomon, while they are enthralled, is there any advice or suggestions you'd like to give to them as Rosa is being called to the ring?
If she's coming up right after me, I'll consider associates that I'm familiar with their professionalism in their work coming up. Rosa Blackthorn, an incredibly professional and knowledgeable ringside medic, gonna take care of all your needs hands down, without a doubt, and keep your eye out for the young lions.
Okay. Rosa, as the ringside medic, are you operating under your name, or are you going to use a pseudonym or alias?
I never even thought about using just kind of a stage name.
Doc McStuffins.
Well, the question is really, do you want to give your real name, or do you want to operate kind of off the grid?
Use your mom's name.
I will just
and the street you grew up on.
Jeez, add your first pet or your first car to that. All right,
Your favorite grocery store product.
I'll operate under my name. Why not?
Great.
Lions till we die, right?
Damn straight.
Okay, so you approach the 3 judges, and they examine your application, and they say, medical staff, and they start asking questions. Where did you train? What's the extent of your medical knowledge? And as this is going on, Solomon, you can choose to just kind of hang out right there. They are in love with you. You can almost act as the 4th judge in this process.
I'll walk up while Rosa's doing so. You clearly need somebody to demonstrate your healing capabilities on, and I will bite one for the bullet. They're loving me already. They can see the commitment. I pull out a dagger. I cut my hand open.
Oh my God.
Wince, but I hold it out to you. Do your thing, Rosa.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Well, go ahead and take a point of damage for the self-inflicted wound, and then Rosa, let's have a medicine check.
Oh God.
Oh, come on, show him some magic.
Just gets a Band-Aid out.
Oh.
On your hand.
Do I? Yeah, I have that. I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, I gotta have some flair, don't I?
Yeah.
Man, you gotta do that too.
What would
Anybody
Gator
can
do?
wrap a bleeding hand in cloth.
Exactly. I wonder if A healing word, maybe.
That'll do the job. I barely cut myself. It's all show. Let's go.
Stretcher.
And I'll make some grand gestures too, just kind of
Perfect.
playing up the magic part of it.
Okay, so rather than a medicine check, give me a performance check.
Oh god, that's worse than medicine.
Help with what I'm doing?
Yeah, absolutely. You can totally sell it. So
you get advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage.
Oh, me? Okay. Who is the other lucky die? This one. All right. Okay, that's promising. Got a 15.
15. Okay, so they are thoroughly impressed with everything they've seen, and their response is, Miss Blackthorn, we are thrilled to have you on our staff. We could absolutely use somebody of your skills. The performers just do some stupid things in the ring you would not believe. And believe it or not, there are not many people who are here to actually help people out. So we will keep you busy is a good way to put it. So thank you for coming today. We look forward to seeing you soon. We will be in touch.
And I bow with a little flourish. Looking forward to it.
Perfect. And the gentleman with the mustache gives you a polite wink of appreciation more than anything else.
All right.
Mr. Ambrose.
Okay, up
Mr.
next,
Ambrose is my dad, man.
Zinthral, you are up next. And Solomon, before Zinthral enters the ring, how long are these folks charmed for?
An hour.
An hour, okay. So a bit of time has passed. Now that Zinthral is taking the ring and they find the application. Zin, is there any way you would like to enter the ring? Anything in particular you would like to do to help your cause?
I command Snugglecup to follow Zinth.
Nice. Okay, so I want to do something a little goofy here.
Okay.
And just throw my spear right into the ring. Just sticks there. And I just want to
Old dance on it.
Well, I could, but I just want to show them how agile I am, and I just want to, anime style land on it on both feet. Just show them how agile I am and how
you're gonna land
cool
on top of the spear that's sticking in the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you sure can try.
I want to balance myself on it.
And then Snugglecup is going to enter the ring with you.
He's going to be on top of my head.
Oh, sure. Sure he is. Okay. Well, there's a couple steps here that have to happen. So let's start with the first, with the spear toss into the center of the ring. Okay. So give me an athletics check.
Noise. 17.
17. Okay. You throw the spear. It does stick in the ring, a little off center. Not exactly where you wanted it, but it'll do. You can work with that.
No.
Next, you want to climb the turnbuckle and then jump onto the tip of, the base of the spear. Okay. So let's do acrobatics check on that.
I'm really good at that. Yes, I am. That's a 16.
16. Okay, so you climb the rope. You try to jump up upon this impossibly balanced spear, and you do manage to get both feet on top of it, but it quickly, the balance is shifting, and you feel yourself falling. How would you like to recover
Backflip.
as it's tipping over? Okay, backflip right off the tip of it. Okay,
Yeah.
Give me another acrobatics check.
Yes, 16.
Okay. Successful backflip. into the ring, and then you hit the ground as if you intended to land that way the whole time. The spear finally tips over. Nobody seems to mind that there's a rip in the canvas of the ring itself. That can be mended later, I'm sure, right? No big whoop. So now you were in the ring.
Finally.
Snugglecup comes launching over the rope to land on top of your head. And Solomon, let's have an animal handling check on that.
I am like so sleep deprived. I lost
14.
14. Okay, so Snuggy does jump on top of the rope and over towards Zinthral and just kind of lands next to him and then starts like purring and rubbing its head on your thigh. Snugglecup is a little bit bigger than when you were in Ironvale. It's been a couple weeks, so he's a chunky boy. You know, he's
trying to work on our performance acumen.
Yeah, no, and what he has done is cute, right? But it's not entirely by the way that it was planned. Still very impressive, right? You can work with this. There's a lot going on.
I really just wanted him to just like be, you know, in the air as this all happened, because, you know, getting flipped around a bit. He just lands on my arms. Cute little kitty that he is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now
who's gonna throw this 140-pound baby in the air to accomplish that? Not me.
All right, so now you're in the ring, and the three judges are. So, tell us about who you are.
The guy who's about to win this thing.
Okay. Do you want to add to that? Anything else you want to add to your introduction?
Well, other than the fact that I've been flawless and I'm like, you know, really badass, and like I don't think there's been anyone that's beaten me so far. No.
Okay. Give me a performance check. It's not about what you say, it's about the way you say it.
I cast message to Zinthral, just like, quick reminder, these are scripted performances. Zinthral, I'm a little worried about you, buddy, because when they say it's your turn to lose, you gotta lose.
I'm not doing that. 16.
Oh, fuck.
16. Okay. So they're like, okay. All right. Well, let's see what you can do. Hit the ropes for us.
Okay.
And if you wouldn't mind, could you ask your furry friend? Could you escort your feline friend to a safe place? We'd like to see some of your ring skills.
Yep. Give him little scritches. You know, hand him over to Solomon.
Okay, Solomon, give me an animal handling check again.
Okay, I've been working on hand commands. I just give him like the 2-fingered wave towards me.
Okay. Fair enough. So this is with advantage, very low DC.
Oh, my first roll was an 18 on the die, so that's gonna be a 25.
Yeah. So you're good, all good there. So at instantly you make the cat noise or whatever you snap your fingers or whatever it is that you use as the command, and Snugglecup is just instantly just bopping along. You're right through the ropes and right to where you command him to go. So couldn't have went better. Now Zinthral, you start hitting the ropes. They give you a bunch of orders. Hit the ropes, down, up, take a back bump, take a front bump. That's, they want you to fall flat on your back, do a front flip onto your back. They ask you kip up to your feet, all these things. So I'd like for you to roll athletics to see how well you perform.
Okay. Please don't let me down. I've gotten pretty good rolls so far.
I'll give a little cheer from the sideline. throw a bardic inspiration on this. And I say bardic inspiration to you people all the time, and you never use them.
I'm gonna use it.
Roll the bardic inspiration dice at this level. I'm pretty sure it's D8.
It's hard to remember.
I have ADHD. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Solomon, we will work something in there where you can use bardic inspiration for your own abilities. I don't know if your college has the option for that, but we can talk about it.
No, it doesn't. But honestly, we don't need to do that. I don't
12.
need to bardically inspire. I'm inspiration for others.
So you rolled a 12 total?
Yeah, total.
Would you like to add the D8 to the 12?
That was with the.
God damn.
I'm like, I could have lied about it, but I'm like, nah, I ain't
At
doing
least
that.
you got a 12.
Okay.
I have a
Okay.
10.
All right, so you were doing the ring work as they're asking, a little sloppy. You've never intentionally fallen down. This takes some getting used to. And they are not entirely impressed. At a certain point, they ask you, come to your feet, stand up, please.
Sure.
And they say, well, not the best we've seen all day. However, you have a great look. You're handsome.
Of course I do.
The big, beautiful cat with you. Your friend vouches for you here. And luckily for you, we have a need for a lightweight competitor who can be a face. So we can put you to work right now. We've got an event coming up at it's a smoker event at a backyard venue that we think you would be perfect for that. However, we want you to beware that as a face, that means you're the good guy, right?
Oh, I know. Yep.
That also means that you have to get the ever-living hell beat out of you. You have to create crowd sympathy by just getting beat up. How do you feel about that?
No, I've never
I can
actually
tell
fought.
you. Well, but you can take a beating. My friend here, he can take a beating. You know, he broke his leg and healed it in like a matter of hours.
Yeah. Then there was also the time I got swallowed by a kraken and came out perfectly.
Okay, roll persuasion with advantage.
Yeah, first one's an 18. Second one's a 17.
Okay.
So, hold on, persuasion. That's
so-
a 21 in total.
They say ego is good. We like that. We like the confidence. You sound very sure of yourself. I almost believed that story. So we do have some work for you. We'll be in touch with you soon. Zinthral, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming to Grapplemania, and we look forward to seeing what you can do.
Gotcha. And I leave.
Perfect. Okay, that brings us up next to Bronson.
Yo.
All right, so at this point, the charm spell is still in effect, right? It's probably been about 30 minutes or so since that went into effect. So they're still fully charmed. Solomon, you can still accompany this interview here. Bronson, how do you approach the ring? What's your initial introduction?
So I come up the. Is there anyone in the entryway, like in the crowd or anything? Like, you know, I'm sure there are people like standing around and stuff like that. So as I'm making my way down the entry ramp, I'm like getting in their faces and acting like I'm gonna hit them, and then get up
Gator,
to
do
the
your thing.
get up to the stairs, clean my feet off on the apron, and then step over the top rope,
Of course.
center of the ring, pound on the chest,
smoke,
like a
the
gorilla,
fire.
roar a huge roar, and then pull off my cloak and set it on the ring post so it looks like there's like a lion head, on top of the ring post.
Sure.
With some illusory lionary effects and roars backing him as well.
Yeah, if he's got like,
Sullivan.
yeah, if he's got smoke and sound effects, then even better.
Very nice. And then I'm sure you say something to introduce yourself.
Oh, do they want me to cut a promo?
Well, this is your introduction, right?
Right.
This is, you are introducing yourself to the judges.
Okay.
Tell them who you are.
My name is Big Bad Bastard Bronson Celtigar. I am the biggest, the baddest, the bastardest man in all of D&DCW. Send your best and pray they don't get paralyzed. Just ask Harvey Marks. Boo all you want. It won't save your heroes. I will break their backs. I will break their spirits. And I will break in and take everything from all of you.
All right, give me a performance roll.
Watch me single digits. Ooh, 6.
So they're a little confused why you walked all the way down the ramp when everyone's been standing at ringside for over an hour. But they play along. They're good. They look to Solomon as if, what's this guy's deal? And Solomon's like, yeah, it's cool. Just wait.
He lives the gimmick, dude.
Right. So you enter the ring. The lion is very cool, and people around the ring are impressed. Like, oh, this is different. But the judges are still a little unsure about how it's working. The gimmick, the promo is, it's fine. They say, okay, well, we see here, Mr. BBBBC, you're applying for a heel position in the company as a super heavyweight. We would be remiss to tell you that we don't have plenty of those already. There's a lot of big boys in Territory 4.
Yeah, big boys with broken legs. I'm
Well,
just buttering this to myself.
Big boys with broken legs.
Big boys in the locker room about to fall down.
so there's a lot of competition here for a role in the show. We can only book so many monsters per night. I'm sure you can understand that.
I am the monster that you want to book.
Well, that's what we like to hear. But
you guys heard what happened to Harvey Marks, right? Like,
well, we're not familiar with the name, but he sounds like a real. We don't know what to say.
Out of character. I really kind of want to talk about killing a bunch of people in the hard way. Is that an idea that we really want to approach right now, though?
No.
I was going to suggest talking about, like, fighting the Kraken or something like that, or yeah, something like that. Or,
I was about to pipe up and say something.
Go for it. Okay. Because I really thought about it, but I was like, that could like really derail some stuff. So I wanted to get everybody's like take on whether or not you wanted to become wanted fugitives in this town.
No, that's a leap that I don't think we need to extend to.
All right.
I say, lady and gentlemen, I'll have you know, while I have spoken less in advocacy for my other colleague here, it's because you haven't put him through your drills yet. Believe me, his physique... what happened to my accent?
It just starts bleeding over as the spell expires.
his physique is gonna speak for itself, trust me.
Well, that was going to be our next question. Can he wrestle? So, Mr. BBBBC, let's go ahead and start hitting those ropes.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. So same thing. You're going to do the same drills. You're going to go, hit the ropes. You're going to go down, up. You're going to kip up. You're going to, climb the turnbuckle. Do all those things. Take a back bump. Take a front bump.
So as we do this, as I start up, I get myself super hyped up and I go into rage.
Ah.
Okay, so you're going to rage. And tell us again, with rage, are you able to control your actions?
Yeah. I get advantage on strength checks.
Oh.
I can't cast or concentrate on spells.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's have an athletics check.
Okie dokie. That is a 19 or a 21.
Okay. Well, very well. This gentleman here says, "Okay, that's enough. That's enough."
I move fast for a big man.
Okay, just calm down, relax. And at this point, Bronson is probably having a hard time calming down, right? If he's raging.
Yep.
So still breathing heavily with wild eyes. They're like, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing the Brock Lesnar, running in place type, staying hyped up and everything like that.
So
At this point, I jump up full front stage and go, "This is a monster number 4 has never seen before. Grapplemania is gonna be changed. Nobody has seen the blood and gore that this man will spew across this arena for that audience."
So when he says that, I activate my tassels. I have an astral steel chair in my hand.
Yeah.
And then I just smash myself in the face with it and then roar at them.
Okay. Are you doing this to intentionally bust yourself open?
Well, just to make a lot of noise and just to sort of get some of this anger going.
Okay. So sure. So you busted, or so you've summoned this astral steel chair. You bang yourself in the head with it, unprotected headshot with the chair. At that moment, the female judge kind of is jump scared and kind of backs in her chair, clutches her pearls for a second, like, oh my.
You're on the edge of your seat, aren't you?
You want a monster? You want this monster.
The two gentlemen look at each other, and you can overhear them saying, "He may be too much of a monster."
You're goddamn right.
Well, so you are a physical specimen and a man of anger, and it appears as if you feel no pain. There's a need for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, creative doesn't have anything for you right now at this very moment. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we will ease you into the rotation. As a monster, you'll need to destroy a series of these young competitors, but we absolutely see you as a champion on a main event level at some point. Are you okay with waiting for your turn?
Yeah, I sort of look over at Solomon, and I'll take my cues from him.
We are absolutely comfortable with taking it the pace you want, but I mean, obviously, creative pitches are coming all the time, but just as I have only my last few minutes of charm left, picture it. Monster v. monster. Like Godzilla versus Kong. The ultimate rumble in the arena. The biggest, the baddest, to see who the most dominant monster in Territory 4 really is.
Okay.
Just an idea. Throwing it out there.
So Mustache is writing notes down as you're saying all this in shorthand, like, Yeah. This is good. This is good.
You just got added to the booking crew.
Okay. Well, they say
Clash of the Titans. We bring all the biggest, baddest. It's a rumble in the jungle, baby. It's an all-out battle royale. Or whatever you guys feel like doing this season.
okay. So
Solomon, take it easy. You're blowing up my interview.
So they make you an official offer. They say, we want to bring you in, but we need to see that you can control this anger, which is good. Anger is good. But we are going to need you to work some of the low-level jobs before we put you into that monster role. So this backyard smoker event, we're going to need someone to set up the ring and work security. And we think you can take that role. If you do that well, we can work you into the show. How does that sound to you?
So I was like, as all of this is happening, like I've like calmed my rage. I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that.
Well, it sounds like we have a deal then. It's been a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Celtigar. We look forward to seeing what you can do. Let's try to keep that temper under wraps while in town, as it can get you into trouble. I know from experience. Don't waste it outside of the ring.
I give him a big old thumbs up, and then I dismiss my chair.
Right on. And that just leaves us with Gator.
Uh-oh.
So Gator, you are present at the end of this interaction. You may wait your turn, or you may do anything you choose at this point.
Well, am I interviewing for the manager position?
Yes.
Hello, I'm
yes.
here to interview for the manager position.
All right. I do have a plan. I wanted to mention my head of disguise is going to lend to the performance. So as I stroll to the ring, I'm wearing one garb, which I will describe. I got sort of like a sequin vest thing going on, like a white vest with like gaudy white sequins, and I got like wraparound spectacles, and I got like this green turban, which is also sequined, very gaudy and big feather in it, and strolling to the ring with a big smile, like big cheesy smile, like I just own the world. People look at me and they look away in disgust, and it doesn't bother me in the least, and I nod to the judges as I climb into the ring. And I should also mention, I also have the black lion cloak to contrast the white vest and pants, and it probably looks pretty gaudy, but he doesn't have the air that it appears gaudy. He thinks it looks great.
Okay.
And as he strolls to the middle of the ring, he pulls the cloak off, and with a flourish, he flicks his wrist and spins around. So he has a moment to alter his appearance while he's covered by the cloak so the judges can't see. And as he snaps the cloak down, suddenly no turban, no spectacles. He's now wearing a black like sport jacket and suit pants with like a little red trim. And he just lets the cloak fall. And he's got slick back hair, but he's still got the same cheesy smile. And he looks at everybody, judges mostly, and says, Mordenkainen taught me it was better to be feared than loved. Because if you are loved, sense you might be weak. I am a man of the people, and I will help everybody. But it is important to do so through strength. And he sort of shrugs his shoulders a little bit, says, my career is one of people involvement. I'm a promoter of the people, by the people, and for the people. My magic lies, my people ties. This is what I want to do. I'm in it to win it. I can't give in, I can't give up, and I can't quit. Victory is mine. Working together works, and I will prove it. You can be the greatest person in the world, but at the end of the day, if you ain't got no heart, you ain't gonna survive. Cheesy smile.
Give me performance with advantage.
Ooh, advantage. That's good because I don't really have great performance. All right, +1. +1.
You're in my boat.
I got a 9 and then I got a 10.
And that's your final roll, or is modifiers?
That's final.
Okay. So you've said a lot, and you've done everything with quite a flourish here. But for some reason, they're just less than impressed. You chalk it up to maybe they are just a little fatigued. You know, it's been a long day, so there's. You can notice that what you've said may not have landed the way you wanted, although I thought it was amazing. So you have a moment to add on to what you've just said, if you would like to take one more shot at closing.
One more shot. Closing.
Magic message into the ear of Gator. I think my charms went off, buddy. I'm not going to be able to help you. But if anything, maybe just lie to him. You're good at that.
All right, you just get a cricket back in response because he's too busy trying to think of, like, how do I close this? What's the closer? Got to be something I can say, something I can do. And he looks around. He looks at Bronson. And he just wets himself.
Oh, God.
Okay. Give me another performance check.
Oh, no. Another 10? Are you kidding me?
They're gonna have a roll for you as the next Doink the Clown.
Oh, no. Only if I get a Dink the Clown. Oh, Rosa.
Okay, so another 10.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a little bit lower than the target number we were going for. However, they are still charmed. They talk amongst themselves, and they say, look, we're going to be honest with you. We're a little split here. One of us says, it's a no from me, dog. One of us says, here's your ticket to the Capitol. This is our man. And then there's me. And I don't know. I'm on the fence about what to do with you. You have a lot going on here. It may be too much going on here. You may have to reel it in a little bit. But then our friend here, Solomon, seems to really like you as well. So that definitely plays a part of this.
He can reel it in. You should see him get in the zone when he's being really professional. When he's got his clipboard out, you should see him with his clipboard. He is a marvel off screen. Clearly, I guess the nerves of presentation got him a little bit, but when he is in the zone back there with his clipboard, man, he is on top of his stuff.
For some reason, I just believe everything you're saying to me right now.
For some reason.
Well, I mean, it's
it's
Solomon Scribbles. Everybody knows me. It's about time I got offered an opportunity on Grapplemania.
So the gentleman with the mustache, and he says, he cuts a bit of his own promo here. He says, everybody thinks that Gregorio Vine is a hard man, is a tough man. But I'll have you know that I am generous. I'm a generous lover, and I'm generous in business. Oh. And I believe that you deserve a chance, and I'm going to give it to you. How do you feel about being a manager for your friend Bronson here, and perhaps for some of the other young competitors who don't have a manager at our upcoming smoker at the backyard contest? If you can turn in a good performance there as an out-of-ring performer, I think we can turn this into a permanent gig. Does that work for you?
He's nodding all the while, and he walks up to the rope, and he leans over it with one arm, and he looks hard at the one judge who sounded like he was, or well, he directly said he was split. He looks him hard in the eye and he says, if you cast your bread upon the water and you have faith, you'll get back cash. If you don't have faith, you get soggy bread.
Okay. So they're a little confused by that, as am I. But they're nodding, pretending like they understand what all that means. And one guy goes, "Yeah, okay, it's a deal. It's a deal. What do you say we settle this? Let's seal it with a handshake."
And then I'll get back to Pulp Fiction.
But let's just let Solomon shake their hands for all of us. He handles all of our transactions.
It's a deal. Yeah, I actually have the documentation to prove that I can legally sign for them on official contracts. So here.
Oh, very well. So is it an actual forged document?
Yeah, I have power of attorney over all of you. I don't actually, but I have documentation that says I do.
Perfect.
Right.
Okay, well, with that said, your party is dismissed from the tryouts here, which brings us into outside of the D&D CW arena, with at least 2 days before the backyard smoker event. Smoker is a term for underground, unsanctioned event. Basically, this is a backyard wrestling event, which will be held outdoors somewhere outside of town. Those were the instructions that you were given. However, you've got 2 days to mill around town, do whatever you want. And as you're thinking about what to do, you are sharing your thoughts and experiences on what happened as you are heading back to the boat to tell the young Celts and Grady the good news. And then you are stopped at the road that has the Hard Way clubhouse at the end of it.
Ooh, I actually wanted to say before we left the arena.
Okay.
Everyone, remember, the young lions don't exist here. So when we're not in this arena, we're gonna have to bag the cloaks. Gator, I need a new disguise out of you. Does anybody want some help in the department of changing things up? I just pull a dark cloak out of my bag and toss it to Zinthral, because you have too many bright flashy colors.
Understandable.
Well, my head of disguise, I just, the cloak just melds right into the rest of the outfit.
Well, yeah, so I wasn't tossing you a cloak. I told you to make a new disguise, Magic Man.
Yeah, I got you. But my black lion cloak is gone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. That's fine.
Understood. So you are not displaying as the young lions as your reputation has you.
And I will follow the party invisible.
Okay. So we are going to end the session in the middle of town, where you are within walking distance of several businesses and one clubhouse. The clubhouse, I'll give you a view of what that looks like. Here it is. Standing around it are members of the Hard Way. And
are they octuplets?
If you spoke Dwarvish, you would know that says the hard way, and you would know that underneath of it has the name of the clubhouse, which is just called the Gusher.
Oh.
I don't like the name of that.
Also, the other businesses which are within walking distance is the Fancy Risky Rabbit, the general store, which is called the Lawful Goodwill, and the tavern, which is called the Shield, and the tattoo parlor.
Zinthral wants a badge for this town and also hepatitis.
The tattoo
I can
parlor operates under the name the Ruthless Aggression Tattoo.
Oh, Jesus.
And we're going to leave the session here where we're going to start up next time. You're going to have options to go wherever you like. You can, what's the word I want to use? You can do business with any one of these establishments. You can pursue the hard way, or you can just sleep it out on the boat up until the smoker event, whatever you choose to do. So once again,
we got a week to decide.
That's right. There will also be 2 days around town to accomplish things if you have ideas. So I want to thank each of you for making that a really entertaining event. That was a lot of fun for me, and you guys did a wonderful job. So from me, Saucey, the DM, thank you for playing. Thank you for listening, and say goodbye, young lions.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
Goodbye, young
Goodbye,
lion.
young lions.
Lions.
He was not muted this time.
Hey, congratulations. If you're still listening, that means you made it to the end of the episode. Thanks for coming by and listening to this edition of Kings Road Young Lions. If you like what you've heard, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see on the next episode. For more great content from This Is Awesome Promotions, check out the YouTube channel, check out the Twitch channel, check us out on Twitter at TIA Promotions. Thanks again for coming around, and we'll see you next time down on the King's Road.